Hello, little treasures. Welcome back to Tarot Tuesday. Let's jump into it, ladies and gents. Again, my messages are timeless. I'm currently reading for the collective. At some point, I do intend to get more personalized, but right now, I'm still just building my following. So, if you found this message and received it in any way that was positive or just felt like it resonated, please feel free to comment below, including telling me just your sign, but yeah, so we're going to start with a general message. I only do uprights. Again, my messages are timeless, and then I'm going to pull some affirmation cards for you, so let's jump into it. This is like my third time trying to get this started because Roman was getting a little excited and he really wanted to be in the video, which is fine, but okay. So, we're starting off the message with the Emperor. You're building something real. It's extremely stable. Or if you've been feeling like a lot of chaos around you right now, you're about to step into a stable energy. Again, the key to tarot is remembering that we do have free will, and so some of these messages won't apply if we don't take the necessary steps. So you have the Emperor as the main goal here, and you're in this King of Pentacles energy. So in order to really step into the Emperor energy, it's about being grounded. It's about committing to the physical world, providing for those around you, providing for yourself. This could be calling back on father figures in your life. The Emperor is also the father card, and kind of like checking it, because you also have King of Wands and King of Cups. So there's a lot of masculine energy around you right now. This could be someone coming into your life, a partner coming into your life, and even in doing that, and they don't have to be a male, but they could have masculine energy. But in choosing this partner or in choosing this next phase of your life, it's checking in with the masculine figures in your life and what did they show you about masculinity? What did they provide you with? Where did they fall short? Because I feel like there is sort of like an energy of really needing to be strong and take charge in this situation. Maybe I'm kind of getting that you are stepping into your masculine energy, and again, you could be the feminine. And I really don't like when people say, oh, like, I don't like this person because they put me in my masculine energy, or in my feminine energy as well, because there's positive and negative to both. Sometimes people, even if you are femme identified, will trigger a masculine side of you in a way that's positive and uplifting. The same as someone who's masc identified, there are people who trigger the feminine in me in a negative way, but then others who trigger it in a positive way. So for me, I've noticed that there are certain people who make me feel feminine in a more insecure, anxious way, and that's because they were part of that dynamic, and I was also involved in it, was stressful and was triggering the anxious side of me. But then there are people who trigger the caretaking, nurturing, emotionally sensitive side of me, which I do consider to some extent feminine. Not that it has to be, of course, everything's fluid. But yeah, so consider that in this message as well. But I do feel like you are kind of stepping into your masculine, and you're taking the lead in your life, in love, in work. You have this seed that's been planted within yourself. You have this new joy that you want to really see blossom, and you're not going to just sit around and hope it grows. You're actively watering it. You're actively sowing all of these seeds so that you can eventually reap. With the King of Wands, I think you're really doing this in a way. Okay, so you have, this is extremely balanced, because not only do you have the Emperor, but then you've got King of Pentacles, King of Wands, King of Cups, and the Chariot. So you have almost all of the kings here. Don't do that. And then, so from all, you're like kind of like the Magician card, how he has all of the elements there. Roman stuff. Gross. So he has all of the elements there, you know, and I really feel that here, where you're tapping into all of these different parts of yourself. You're tapping into the physical world and constantly building a routine, taking steps every single day to make yourself better. You're reading, you're working out, you're pursuing this person, whatever it is. With the King of Wands, you're being led by passion. You're taking risks as well. So while the King of Pentacles can be a little bit more methodical, with the King of Wands, there's energy behind this. You're extremely charming. You're extremely social. The Two of Pentacles can be sort of like balancing these energies as well, like learning how to juggle all these tasks, because it does feel like there's sort of a new energy around you. Maybe you've never had to be this responsible before, or maybe you haven't had this much on your plate, but you're really learning how to do so. Page of Swords, it could be a literal message coming towards you, but I also take this one as mental clarity, you becoming more clear about how you feel, about what it is that you want in life. You're no longer falling for illusions with the Seven of Cups. I think that now when people offer you and try to sell you a dream, I think you can see through it. You have a lot more clarity. There's a lot more wisdom in this than in if someone offers you this dream, you're seeing the red flags, and not even in a reactive way, because you can see the green flags now too. You just have a lot of, I feel like, clarity, a lot of emotional intelligence, a lot of wisdom in life. You're very methodical in how you move forward. You're very emotionally available and aware. Or this person is, again, this could be somebody coming towards you, but it's very much an energy of like being real, being balanced. You're living the most authentic version of your life, or you're choosing to begin doing that. Maybe for a very long time you've been feeling like suffocated and limited, but you know that the only way you're going to have the life that you want is if you start walking the walk, you know, and talking the talk. You know, you talk the talk, you gotta walk the walk type thing. And now we have the King of Swords. That's funny, because I was like, you have all of these kings here. Yeah. So you also are extremely analytical about this process. You think a lot about life, about the way you've lived life, about what it is you want. You're able to see things with a piercing vision. You're very revolutionary, you're very philosophical, and with the Hermit card here, it's constantly like going back into yourself and really, again, pulling wisdom to the front here. I'm getting a lot of energy of just being someone who is extremely well-rounded, who has lived through so many things that have brought them clarity and make it so that they're able to, you know, go after what it is they want. Two of Swords here. So I guess watching out for any limiting beliefs. Sometimes we do get in our own way. A choice may need to be made, and you may not know exactly how to do so. But it's a little bit about vulnerability, dropping your defenses, because you also have the Nine of Wands here, where you need to be willing to try again. You need to be willing to take that risk and move forward, because you do know better than you did before. If this is just because, based off of some of these cards, there is an energy of having been wounded, but you're not anymore. And with the Temperance card here, allowance is really important. Like just letting things flow, letting things come to you naturally, being optimistic, being appreciative. Because there's very much a give and take energy here, where you're now living your true purpose, you're now giving of yourself, and so you're going to receive. when you just live for yourself, and sometimes that happens when we've been hurt, we get very defensive and we cut ourselves off from the world and from any potential risks, and it can eventually turn into being selfish because you are cutting off any opportunity for you to live your true purpose, which could be to help someone. Like, you're here for a reason, you know. And this transformation is major. Like, you're becoming very aware of what it is you need to do to up level, and to just live your truest life. Wow, like you are having, or the collective is having a major breakthrough. It feels like there's like a heavy shift here. It feels like clear. It's not so optimistic and over the top that it feels like, you know, this daydreamy fantasy energy, but it's also not like, it's just like that gut feeling, like this is what I'm supposed to do. This is the path I'm supposed to take, and you just start walking. That's what it feels like. Okay. Yeah, Knight of Swords, that missing puzzle piece. I feel like things are starting to click into place, and things that you may have struggled with for so long are becoming non-factors. You're letting go of ways of being that were harming you and turning to a more positive. I'm going to keep these two. These ones fell out in a strange way. Yeah, you're extremely intuitive right now. So I think this would be a really good time to be manifesting, to be writing out. You're making dream boards. I love dream boards. If you're someone who likes to see the visual, it's really, and be intentional about it. Be like, you know, really detailed in what it is you want to see. Thrift stores have old magazines, things like that. Go and collect a bunch. Cut out what it is you want. Post it up on a board and put it somewhere you'll see every day. Those affirmations are going to be extremely beneficial right now. Page of Pentacles. So you're very much studying. I think this is a good time to also be aware of how you speak to yourself. The Page of Pentacles is, again, very curious, a student. They're learning how to walk the walk. So I do kind of feel like being mindful of the stories we tell ourselves, because you also have the Page of Swords, which is sort of, there's an energy of like just communication styles, and you know, I feel like you need to be careful about the stories you tell yourself about the past, about the future. Not that those things aren't important, and not that they're not true, especially when it comes to our past, but we harm ourselves sometimes when we only exist there and keep ourselves in a state of hurt. Part of healing your inner child, and protecting them and making them nourished, like nourishing them and helping them to grow, is to step back into those memories and be there for them, forgive them for not knowing better, or for being taken advantage of, which wasn't their fault. But you know, shame is a huge part of a lot of trauma, honestly, and a lot of why people aren't able to move past it, because of, you know, gaslighting and things. So anyways, be very intentional with how you speak to yourself, because it's right here. That's what it feels like. It's so clear, like you're just walking into the life you always imagined. I'm not even about to pull no more, because hold up, let's get some affirmation. That's what I want to hear. I feel like the message was pretty, like, that was intense for me, to be honest, you guys. That was a lot. That felt very, it felt real though. Like, there's a shift happening. That felt intense. Okay. Clear, concise messages, Spirit. Clear, concise. Infinite. I transcend limitations. I transcend limitations. Cleanse. I cleanse my body and home with water. I cleanse my soul with tears. So again, that healing energy, thinking of how you speak to yourself. I cleanse my body and home with water. I cleanse my soul with tears. Admitting that it happened, feeling your feelings, is a major part of how you let it go. Deserving. I am worthy of complete love. I do not settle for scraps and crumbs. I am worthy of complete love. I do not settle for scraps and crumbs. Period. I'm so excited. Wow, this is a really amazing time for you. Like, for the collective, like, you're energized, you're empowered. I'm very excited to see what you do. And yes, feel free to comment below if this resonated. Again, like, share, subscribe if you're feeling called to do so. I'm so grateful that I got to do that reading for you. And I hope to see you again on Thursday. So take care, my little treasures, and have a lovely week.